Hi crafty friends, today we're going to assemble a quick card using the charming duck pond stamps and paper. The paper is actually called Lilypond Lane, and this will be a card that we'll do in an upcoming card buffet I'll be hosting. So start with just a card base, a regular 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card base, already folded here. And what we're going to do is use one of the die cuts to make this little frame. So the die cuts that come with this collection have this beautiful circle that cuts out the frame with like these silhouettes of cattails and lily pads. And we'll put a piece of the designer paper here behind that window. I've cut out an area that has a cute scene with 2 little ducks. And that's about it. We'll stamp a sentiment on a piece of paper and put that on top. And then I do have a duck that I've also cut out that we will be stamping and adding to the front of the card for a little bit of extra interest. All right, let's work on our stamping first. So I've cut out this duck here from using the die, which looks like this. And actually you can see it's easy to cut. I can get 2 of these little ducks out of the center of this frame after I cut the frame out. And this duck has some shading that we can stamp. So first we're gonna stamp this, which is the outline of the duck. We're gonna use the Memento Tuxedo black ink for that. And then over that, we have this shading that we can stamp for the duck here. And then we actually have a stamp that has the little feet and the bill as well. So we can stamp these each in different colors. And we'll go ahead and do that. So I've got my duck. I've got my duck already mounted on a pad. So we'll just ink that up. And we'll line it up and stamp that cute little duck right there. And then this is what the stamp looks like. It actually has the bill, the duck's bill, and the feet connected by a long stamp, but the connection part is recessed, so that won't stamp. So we'll ink this up with some orange ink. And then the nice thing about these clear stamps is you can see right through them and line it up very easily. So there's our orange parts. He's coming to life already. And then I'm going to use a nice bright green color for the shading on his body. And I realized I have the wrong stamp here. Wow, looks pretty close. These are very similar, so I have to be careful selecting the stamps. So it must be this one here. I was trying to get things ready ahead of time, but I fooled myself. So we'll ink that up with the bright green. That's the right one. We'll line it up. And now our duck has some beautiful shading on it. I'm going to stamp the sentiment. So this comes with a couple. Have a lovely day, you make me happy, hello friend, and happy birthday. I'm gonna use the happy birthday on this one because I have a friend who has a birthday coming up, and we have this little thing where I ask him how he's doing and he tells me just ducky. So I thought sending him a duck for his birthday would be perfect. stamp that there. We're done with the inking. This is going to be actually a very quick card. I like to notch the end of little rectangular things. This is 2.5 inches by 1/2 inch piece of white paper that I stamped on, and I'll just notch the ends off here. All right, so now we are ready to assemble this card. So we're going to just line this up so we know where to stick it. The design paper is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 square. You see I did it a little bit narrower than the overlay so it'll fit. The overlay is 1/4 inch shorter and thinner than the card base, so the overlay is at 4 inches by 5 1/4. That looks like a good location for it. So kind of like eyeball that about where I have that, about 1 inch down from the top. And I'm going to tape that onto the card using some stamp and seal tape, excuse me. And then we'll put some adhesive on the back of this as well. And line that up and put that over the front. Now, one thing I've found, I've used this die quite a bit, is that for some strange reason, it cuts out this one little lily pad here. And I kind of prefer to keep that little piece of white with it. So when I cut it out, I try to keep track of that. And I'll just put a little dab of tape or glue on the back of that. I have to use some glue. And fill that in. I'm not quite sure what this inking is there. You could put another piece of colored paper behind it. You could also, of course, color any of these in. And now I'm going to put the happy birthday and the duck on using dimensionals, which will make it pop up. And these layers of white look really great when you put a little bit of space between them. So I've just used 2 on the title, and I will center that up at the top. Put a few pieces on the duck. And I think I want him about here. And there you have it. A very easy but very elegant, charming duck card.